All right, and welcome back to season 7 of our show. And today we're stuffing up some chicken breasts and we're putting them in a classic red tomato sauce. Let's show you how to get it done. So for this dish, you're going to need some beautiful chicken breast. Now these are free-range chicken breast, all natural. I'm going to put these off to the side. And the first thing we want to do is get these cleaned up. So now we're rolling these guys and we're going to stuff the inside of them. So to do that, we got to clean all of this up. So I'm just going to clean off some of the fat that's on here. And I'm going to save this fat and this chicken on here. I'm just going to boil it up and give it to the doggies. Nothing goes to waste in my house. And that's the way you want to do it. I'm going to scrape the fat off of this. Just pick it up and just clean everything off. Get the breast nice and clean. You're going to look around, see if there's any bones on here where it was connected next to the breastplate. I see nothing. I'm going to take these pieces, get them off to the side. And now we're going to start to slice this. So I'm going to take my hand, just like this. I'm going to take my knife, mark my spot, and then come in, just like that, and go right in. I want a nice, clean piece of chicken. I'm going to do the same thing here. So we'll go through. Now we got it in half, like that. I'm gonna cut, and there it is. So what I'm gonna do is get all of these cut up for you guys, and then we're gonna come back because we have to pound these out. And once we pound them out, we're gonna stuff them. So I'm gonna get these pounded out, show you the stuffing for this, and then we'll just take it from there. So stick around, don't go anywhere. This chicken has 4 stages. Cut them, pound them out, season them, and roll them. We're on pound. Let's show you how to get it done. All right, so first thing you want to do is just take the cutlet, put it on the bench like that. Take a bag. I'm using a Ziploc. These are a flex Ziploc. They got a lot of give to them, and they won't rip on me. So if you use just a regular bag and you don't use the flex ones that pull, it'll rip easy. So just use that. Use the flat portion of your hammer, and then you're going to pound and pull out. You don't have to hit them too hard because they'll break on you. But just get them like that. Check it. See, that's where I want to be. I gotta go just a little bit more. These chickens are nice and fresh. You can tell if they're not fresh because they're just gonna break apart on you real easy. If they're frozen, they'll get real mushy. It's just not the chicken to use. And that's that. Now I'm going to check it out and see if I can roll this. So I'm going to take it like that and just roll it with one hand. If it rolls up nice and easy, you're good to go. And there it is. I'm good to go. All right, we're going to pound the rest of these out and we're going to meet you guys right back here. So stick around. Don't go anywhere. All right, so stage 1 and stage 2 are complete. Moving on to stage 3, the stuffing. So we're making a mushroom stuffing for this dish. So we're using the common mushroom today. That's exactly what they're called, common mushrooms. White onion, bell pepper. We're using a green. We got some garlic, sage, a little rosemary, and black pepper. And we're gonna salt this on the stove. Choice of oil today is olive oil, extra virgin. All right, let's get it done. All right, so we're cooking down our garlic, our sage, and our rosemary. So this is what you wanna do first. You wanna bring the flavors out of that garlic, the rosemary, and the sage. So just get that nice and toasted up. And just as you smell the garlic, our onions and our bell peppers. Let's get those in. Now the object of this cook is to cook out most of the moisture, but you can't put this in the chicken with a lot of moisture in there, right? So we're gonna cook this down. I'm gonna get out a lot of the moisture in here, and then I'm gonna add my mushrooms. I mean, they're pretty much all water. Then we're gonna cook those down, and we want a dry filling. And that's it. I'm gonna salt and pepper this to taste. We'll meet you back here when we're getting those mushrooms in. Stick around, don't go anywhere. All right, so we're about 3 minutes in this. I'm on high heat the entire time. I never turned it down. I'm gonna salt and pepper to taste. I'm gonna start out with just a little bit for now. Black pepper. Just like that. Here are those mushrooms. Let's get those guys in. And we wanna cook all the water out. It's like a pack of mushrooms. But make the ratios yours. Every ratio is gonna change from whatever it is that you cook. Whether you're cooking 2 pounds of chicken or 10 pounds of chicken, you have to adjust all your ratios. And cookbooks don't tell you that. They'll just give you a guide and an idea. And the rest, you're pretty much on your own. So just use your better judgment and get it done. All right, we're gonna mix that up. Now at this point, I want a little bit higher of a smoke point because I'm going to leave this on high. I'm going to go in with just a little bit of avocado oil. So I'm going to use that avocado just to really get the moisture out of here. If you do it 100% with the olive oil, it's going to burn because it has a very low smoke point, the olive oil. So you want to just jack up that smoke point a little bit more by adding a touch of the avocado oil. All right, that's it. We're gonna cook these down and let them go. And we'll meet you back here. Stick around, don't go anywhere. All right, take a look at this. I took all the water out of it. It's still on high heat. So I got about 10 minutes into this on high heat. And the only thing left is the olive oil in there. You see that? A little bit of that avocado oil. But that's how much we evaporated this and cooked all that water out. So you don't want to burn it. At this point, you just want to get it off the heat. So I'm going to shut it down, get it off the heat, and we're going to let it cool. Now the oil that's in here, we could just move this back over and then we can drain it just like that. So when we get this out of here, we're just going to drain that little bit of olive oil on there and avocado oil. This way it's nice and dry inside. All right, we'll meet you onto the table. Stick around, don't go anywhere. All right, so our filling is all done. It's complete and circumstances have changed. We need more food. I got company coming tomorrow, so you guys got some bonus footage. I'm showing you some steak as well. Let's get it done. These are flank steaks. In a bind, it's a good way out. They feed a lot of people and they're very heat resistant. They take on a lot of heat. So you can actually just cook these at high temperature and not worry about drying these out. So we're going in with some salt and pepper. I do my pepper first. Doesn't really matter which one you get on there first, but just get it on. I'm using a rock salt today. You can hear it hitting this table like a bunch of rocks. And that's what you want. It brings out a lot of flavor in the steak. We're going in with a basic rub: onion powder, garlic powder, paprika, oregano. This is what I love on steaks. So just like that. And then we're going in with some avocado oil. This will hold up to the high heat we're going to cook these with. Get an abundance of that. I'm going to rub it around. Now I'm not going to need any more oil, but I will need more spice. So I'm just going to go just like that, and I'm going to just rub these around the board. Just like that. Go in with more spice. And these just cook up so beautifully, as you'll see. That's it, and just get them rubbed around. I might put a little bit more on, but these are going to help the browning. These are going to help cook. And it's just going to give you a beautiful, tasty steak. All right, I'm going to rub one on top of the other. And then I'm going to hit this side with a little bit more of that rock salt. This tastes completely different from your normal salts because it just melts into the meat. Now, if you're cooking this on a gas grill or a pellet grill, it's not a very good thing to put on there, I feel, because I don't think that you get that heat out of it enough to melt. But we're going on a charcoal grill tomorrow. We're actually breaking in a brand new charcoal grill. And why not better way to break it in than with a couple of flanks. That's it. I'm gonna hit it again with a little bit more seasoning. We like our seasoning around here. No salt in this rub. I don't ever put salt in any of the rubs. And we're gonna flip it over again. Hit it again. Just like that. One more time over. And again, just rub them around the board and pick up whatever's left over. That's it. All right, very simple. And the fridge these go. Now I'm going overnight with these guys. I'm going overnight with everything. And when we come back here, we're gonna roll up that chicken because this filling is gonna cool down. Take a look at that filling. See what I mean by the olive oil in there? See how it just drains away? So if you push them to one side, you can just drain it away. This way your filling is not filled with a bunch of olive oil. And that's it. All right, we're gonna get these in the fridge and we're gonna meet you right back here. So stick around, don't go anywhere. All right, stage 1, 2, and 3 are complete. We're moving on to stage 4, the wrap. Let's get it done. So here's our chicken. I'm gonna take our chicken and just put it onto a board. Now I got some bacon here. I have our filling, salt and pepper. That's all you're gonna need. I'm gonna start off with just a little pepper on here. A little salt, not too much because you got that bacon. I'm gonna flip it over and just repeat. Matter of fact, this side, I got the bacon on. I'm just gonna go a little bit more pepper and I'm gonna let off on the salt because I don't want this to be too salty because that chicken's gonna take it in. All right, so now we're gonna take our filling that we have here. We're gonna get a little filling right in the middle of that. Now I'm not gonna touch the chicken with this because I don't wanna contaminate it because you could use it for another day. All right, so here we go. Gonna stuff that in the middle. Just like that. And then we're just gonna roll it up. Doesn't get any easier than this. Nice light roll. Here's our bacon. I'll lay our bacon down. And I'm just gonna get the chicken rolled in the bacon. So here we go. Take our bacon, wrap it around, and get it rolled up. Just like that. That's it. Now you can put as much or as little bacon as you want on here. I think 2 strips is about it. So I'm just gonna put 2 strips down because then we're gonna cook this. So we're gonna get everything stuffed in, bake it on the end, and it's gonna shrink anyway, and then we're gonna take it and just put it over here. I'm gonna move this to the side and basically just repeat. Now these are all gonna be different sizes, so I want you to check this out. Now everything that's here, you're gonna salt and pepper early on. I'm just kind of showing you guys this now. So I'm gonna take my pepper, get some on here. I'm not gonna salt because I'm not gonna dip my hands back in here, but I'm just gonna show you guys this, and I'm gonna let this one go without salt. So we'll just put some of this here. Just like that. And I'm gonna spread this down. Just so you guys can see how it's done. All right, piece of bacon. We'll straighten this out. And we'll just roll it up. Just so you don't get confused with the different sizes. And just because they're a different size doesn't mean that you can't roll them. Stuff that chicken back in there. And that bacon will help you roll them up perfectly. So I'm going to take this and just get it wrapped up. There it is. See, they'll all be different sizes. And they're going to cook in the sauce anyway, so we're going to brown these off and stretch it like that. and you'll be able to just brown them up. And they're gonna go in the sauce anyway, so that's that. All right, what I'm gonna do is clean up, get organized, get all these salt and peppered, and then I'm gonna put these together on my own. We'll meet you back here, stick around, don't go anywhere. All right, all stages are complete, and now we need to put these in the fridge overnight. But before we do that, let's take a look at what we got. So we got some with bacon and some without. If you have any guests that don't want bacon, there it is. But we're gonna put these all in the same pot tomorrow and mix them in anyway, because everybody that's coming to the house loves bacon. Just did that for you guys, so you have a way out. So if you don't want to use bacon, you don't have to. All right, in the fridge overnight. We'll catch you tomorrow. Stick around, don't go anywhere. All right, before every great main course comes one amazing appetizer, and we're using flank steaks today to demonstrate that. So we're making one outstanding steak sandwich today using some basic ingredients. We got fennel, garlic, oregano, onions and peppers. Those are bell peppers, a couple different kinds. Mushrooms, those are the common mushroom. We're gonna dress our steak up and get a topping going on here. So we're gonna put all this in our skillet. Let's show you how to get it done. All right, so we're cooking down our fennel and our garlic and oregano. And we're just gonna drop some heat on here for about 3 minutes until you smell the garlic. Let's get our mushrooms in. They're gonna release a lot of water. So let's just get the moisture out of those guys. And then we're gonna put our peppers and our onions in. If you put everything in together, it's gonna create a lot of water, especially on an electric stove. You don't have the heat to get that water out of there. You wanna bring the moisture out first of a few things, a few items, and then add more as you go along. So we're gonna cook these down and then get over to our onions and our peppers. So stick around, don't go anywhere. All right, so we added our peppers and our onions, and we're just cooking that down. What I'm gonna do is just salt, just the top, a little bit, and that's it. Bring some flavor out of these. Now you want these to cook down nice and easy. I'm on about a medium heat with these. You don't wanna burn them. So just let them go nice and easy, let them sweat down on their own, and it's gonna bring out all that nice flavor, and you're not gonna be stuck with burned peppers and onions. All right, let's meet you onto that grill and get that steak handled. Stick around, don't go anywhere. All right, let's get these steaks on. All right, we are breaking in a new cooker. Lots of real estate on it, as you can see. We'll meet you right back here. Don't go anywhere. All right, time to turn them. Now you can turn these guys as many times as you like. But this is a great way to break in a new cooker with some steaks, because you'll have a lot of uneven spots. Cooker's really not broken in. So always do something fast like this where you can get some high heat on the meat, oil your cooker down, and break your cooker in at the same time. All right, we'll meet you back here. Don't go anywhere. Time to turn them. Now we're gonna go this way with them. And cook them down some more. We'll meet you back here. Don't go anywhere. All right, let's check on these guys. And we're cooking on charcoal and wood. There we go. We got a nice char on there. I'm going to shut this down and let it cook. So I'm going to close my holes in the bottom. I'm going to shut my top down, and I'm going to just smoke this out. Another 2 more minutes, we're inside, so stick around. Don't go anywhere. All right, time to pull them. Let's see what we got. They're feeling right. Just feeling. And we're going to pull this one. I don't think the other one's quite ready yet. I'm going to give it another 2 minutes on there. Actually, I'm going to pull it now. All right. We'll meet you inside. Stick around. Don't go anywhere. All right, steaks are off the grill. Let's put some appetizers together. Look at those steaks. They're looking pretty good. They're looking outstanding. And look at our topping. Doesn't that look beautiful? Let's get these steaks off to the side. And we're just going to start with just one sandwich. Show you how this is done. Here's our grain. It's going the long way. It's going down this way. So what you want to do is slice it against the grain. So we're going to go this way with it. Just get them as thin as you can because they are going on a sandwich. So you want them real thin. So just like that. Now this end is a little bit more well done. We got some well done guests, so I had to take it that way. But usually I would have mine a little bit more rare. And we'll get that way coming to the end, as you'll see. It's going to get a little bit more medium coming to the end. So there we go. And just get it as thin as you can. Now the nice thing about this will feed a lot of people. And it cooks so quick. And anytime I break in a new cooker, this is actually my go-to. Flank steak. It's just so fast and easy to cook and feeds a lot of people. All right, so there we go. And like I said, it gets a lot more rare when it gets to the end. So you can mix them up. And your well done guests get to eat the well done, and your rare get to eat the rare. So there you go. And we're just gonna end it about there. So you can see the difference going down the line. And what I like to do is take some of this and put it right back into the juices on here. And I'm just gonna soak this. I'm just gonna do the one steak for now. And we'll just put it back in just like that. There we have it. All right. Now we got that. We'll bring in a new board. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring out a nice toasted piece of bread. I'm going to get a little vegetable on the bottom here, those nice peppers. So we'll get a few of those on here, just on the bottom. Some onions, the mushrooms. And you can have fun with this and just make it however you want it. But this is how I do it. I'm not going to overload it, because you want it to eat nice. So here we go. Let's get some steak in here. Just like that. Doesn't that look beautiful? So this is for the medium rare crowd right now. I'm gonna even mix it with a little well done in here too. This way everybody gets an equal shot at this. So there we go. You can see how many people this feeds too. It feeds a bunch. And we'll just stack it up a little bit more. Just like that. And there we have it. Get some of that juice in there. And just make sure the sandwich is even. There we are. A little bit more vegetables on the top, a little bit more of those peppers and onions. And the mushrooms. Just make it look right. There it is. Anybody that wants more, they can have more on the side of their plate. And that's looking right. All right, so I'm gonna close this up. Just like that. Then we're gonna cut this. So let's get everything in here. Let's cut in half. So to make sure it's all even, I got some toothpicks here. I'm gonna put this here for now. We'll put our steak back in. Now this is where the toothpicks come in handy. So just make sure you get all that back in. Give it a nice squeeze down. And now I'm gonna take my toothpicks and get them in. So just like that, and just get them divided in here. And now you'll kind of know where to cut. See that? So it's holding. So I'm gonna just cut here. So you could say that's one sandwich. We'll put a toothpick in there. And put it back on the tray. And just use your board as your workstation. Anything that falls out, that's a pitmaster's treat. All right, I'm gonna get this one back over. And you can see where we're going with this. So just like that. All right, I'm gonna finish this up. I'll meet you right back here to eat up, so stick around. All right, take a look at these appetizers. Doesn't that look delicious? I mean, that's a steak sandwich. Let's get into it. Let's bring a plate in. Now I'm gonna put a sandwich on the end here. I'll even put another sandwich here. That's just me. Our guests are running late, so I'm gonna take advantage of it. Put a nice hot pepper on there, and this is how I plate up. I'm just gonna put some decoration on the plate. Let's give this a shot. That is one fantastic sandwich. Outrageous. The flavors from the peppers, the onions, the mushrooms work perfectly with this. We got a little hot pepper on the side just to go along with it. That toasted bread is nice and fresh. The steak is outstanding. How do you go wrong with this? You cannot. All right, we're gonna get organized, and then we're gonna meet you right back here to show you the main course. So stick around, don't go anywhere. All right, that steak sandwich hit the spot. Time to move on to the main course, the chicken. Let's show you how to get it done. So we need a sauce for that chicken. Right here I have some nice plum tomatoes. So what we're gonna do is just squeeze these. I'm gonna keep them underneath the sauce and just squeeze them. This way they don't make a mess. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna fry that chicken up. And then we're gonna put it inside the sauce, put some cheese on top and get it in the oven. And then we're gonna put a pesto on the side. I'm not sure of what I decided yet. It might be ravioli to go along with this, or it could be some penne. So with the sauce, you're gonna need some garlic, oregano, olive oil, and a pot. Very simple sauce. What I'm doing is I'm making two sauces at the same time. So one sauce is gonna be for pizza, the other sauce is gonna be for what we're doing tonight, which is the same exact sauce. Why not make something you could use for both? So these are nice and crushed up, and I'm gonna meet you onto the stove, show you how to make this quick sauce, so don't go anywhere. All right, we got some garlic and oregano and olive oil. That's right, there's a whole lot of it here. So this is what we're gonna do. We're just gonna cook it down. We're gonna bring that flavor out of it. Just like that. I gotta put a pinch of salt in here. You're gonna get a little popping from the fresh oregano. It'll go away in about 2 seconds. So you're just gonna toast up the garlic. And just when you start to smell the garlic and smell it good, I'm starting to smell the perfume from the oregano. I could smell my garlic. And this is it. The cooking is stopped. So I'm gonna leave it there like this. I'm gonna wait for it just to brown up just a little bit more. Then I'm gonna pull it from the heat to stop the cooking completely. Once it's cool, I'm gonna dump it right into that tomato sauce. That's it, very simple sauce. And then you could use that sauce to cook with and do whatever you wanna do with it. So basically it's just a blank canvas and it does a whole lot of recipes. So that's what you wanna do. Have it around the house and you can make several different things with it. We'll meet you right back here, stick around, don't go anywhere. All right, so here's the garlic, oregano, and olive oil. We're going straight in with it. Just like that. We're gonna give this a stir. And that's it, you're done. All that oil is gonna bring out all the flavor in this beautiful tomato sauce. All right, let's fry up that chicken and show you what this sauce can do. Don't go anywhere. Let's show you how to cook this chicken up. So here's our chicken. Here's the bacon. Here's just the plain. Now, if you guys didn't want to cook this together, you would just cook the bacon separately. So you would cook this first, and then afterwards put the bacon in the same pan that you took this out of. And just have two separate everything so the people that don't eat pork would have a completely separate dish. And that's how you want to do that. All right, we're browning these up in olive oil. We're not cooking them through, we're just gonna brown them. And we'll show you what to do from there. So onto the stove we go. All right, our oil is heating up. Time to get our chicken in. Now you don't want to disturb these. Just get them in the pan. And get some oil underneath them so they'll move. And I will go non-stick. I'm on high heat, and you're gonna need that just to sear the bottom. All right, there we go. I'm gonna roll my pan around a bit. This will also cool down the pan when back on the heat. There you have it. All right, we're gonna cook these up, brown these up, take them out. We'll meet you back here when we do that. Don't go anywhere. All right, time to get these guys out. And see the color on there? That's what you want, they look right. They're not cooked 100% through, so now let's get our bacon in. See what I mean? You could use the same pan. And I might even deglaze with a little wine on the bottom of there. And keep all that flavor. All right, there it is. Let's get these guys cooked up. And then we'll meet you back here. Stick around, don't go anywhere. All right, so we're just coming up on the last final steps of these guys. I'm just getting some more color on them because I just want to turn them over and get all the sides nice and crispy. Do that, you want that bacon looking right. Because if the bacon's not crispy, it's gonna really not do any justice in the sauce. And that's it, so just keep turning them around and take your time with them. We'll meet you right back here. Stick around, don't go anywhere. All right, so these are nice and hot. Here's our sauce. So what we're gonna do is get a little sauce right in here, right on the bottom. This is that nice sauce we just made. So we're just going to spread this evenly, just like that. And get a nice amount in here, because they're going to cook in here. So don't forget, they're not done 100%. So let's just get a nice bed. So just like that. Plus we want some nice sauce, so we're going with ravioli, so we want some nice sauce in here. We want to get things covered. So there we are. We get a little bit more. And I think we're looking right. All right, so let's get our bacon in. And just get these guys lined up. This is how you want to do it. Don't those look delicious already? And these are going to be outstanding. Just give yourself plenty of room. When we get the other ones in, we could just move them around. These are the ones without the bacon. Get these in here. Now I'm not going to put the liquid in because I don't want it to be too watery. So we'll put them in just like that. Now we got our oven heated at 425 degrees. I'm going to give this a little shakedown. I'm going to put some on top. Just like that. So just get them all coated. So we got two different cheeses for you. So we're going to come in with a little Parmesan cheese first. This is going to tighten things up. So this is a nicely, freshly grated Parmesan cheese. So let's just get that on there. And we're not going to skimp with this one either, as you can see. And then we're going to go in with some nice fresh mozzarella. I'm just going to put a piece on each one. And this is going to be outstanding. So you can mix it up. Just put whatever you want to put on here. If you don't like the choice of cheese, put whatever cheese you want. Just make it yours, like I always tell you guys. Like I said, this is going in the oven at 425 degrees. You want to cook this fast, you want to cook it hot. And there it is. And just for good measures, I'm going to take a little bit more of the sauce and just go over top. It's just going to bring out that color and make it look pretty. So just like that. And when it all bakes in, you're good to go. Plus we can go into the broiler if we want, just to throw a little crispiness on there and make it look pretty. Let's say if you want, if not, you don't have to go. All right, middle rack, 4 1/4, and we're gonna take this for about 20 minutes in here. We'll meet you back here, stick around, don't go anywhere. All right, time to pull this. Take a look at that. I gave that a little rotation, but that's looking fantastic. We'll meet you right back here, stick around, don't go anywhere. All right, the chicken's out of the oven. Last stop on this train is a beautiful spinach pesto over a gorgeous crusty bread. Let's get it done. So for this dish, you're gonna need some fresh spinach. In this case, I'm using baby spinach. Garlic, fresh garlic, pistachio nuts. Those are fresh, I just shelled those a couple of minutes ago. And some Parmesan cheese, black pepper, salt, and olive oil. So into the food processor we go, or food chopper. So start off with a couple of good handfuls of this, and you'll see this is gonna chop down. That's how much olive oil you're gonna need. You're gonna need a good amount of that. I'm gonna go in with some garlic, good amount of the garlic. Pistachio nuts, little of those. And I'm gonna just relax for now. Give it a pulse. Now as you can see, it's taking everything in. So now, I'm gonna give it a little salt. just a touch. I'm gonna go in with a little black pepper. That much. Little cheese. Just like that. And now I'm gonna put more spinach in. Because now we're really gonna whack this. I got a nice clean table, so nothing goes to waste. And see how much this used up? Look at that, there's nothing left in there. Just a little bit. And we're gonna repeat, we're gonna do the same exact thing. Lock on. We're gonna give it a little push down in there. At this point, you're gonna need some more olive oil. So we're gonna put some more olive oil in just to loosen things up because it's not moving too good. See, it's eating up that spinach. So we're gonna go in with some more spinach. A lot of you guys didn't think we were gonna eat all this up, did you? It's a lot of pesto. Matter of fact, I'm gonna take out a couple of pieces because I'm going to use these for presentation, so I forgot to hold a few back, so I'm going to hold a couple of these back and you'll see why. A couple more, and that's it. Let's add the rest of our garlic. Add the rest of our pistachio nuts, all of them. Add some more of our cheese, all of it. And another touch of salt. A little bit of olive oil, just a touch. Maybe a little bit more, a little bit more. And that's it. That's all she wrote. All right, I'm gonna mix this up. And I'm gonna give just a little taste on here. Look at the color in there. It's beautiful, right? Spot on. All right, we're gonna meet you right back here. We're gonna organize, cut some bread up, and take it from there. Don't go anywhere. All right, our pesto is complete. Let's show you what to do from here. Look at that beautiful pesto. Isn't that gorgeous? And we're gonna throw that on top of some bread. So right here I have day-old bread. That's right, day-old bread. Now it's starting to lose that nice crisp feeling to it. It's getting hard. And the rest of this I'll use for breadcrumbs. And I always have some bread laying around the house and nothing goes to waste. So this is the exact bread that you want to use for this recipe. We're gonna take some olive oil spray. Spray it real good. This is gonna help the toasting of it. This is going underneath the broiler. So spray it down real good. Flip them over and do both sides. And then I'm gonna meet you to throw this under the broiler, so don't go anywhere. All right, we're going low broil, as close to the broiler as you can get. Low broil. We'll meet you right back here. Don't go anywhere. All right, in with our raviolis we go. All right before we're about to pull those raviolis out, let's decorate some bread. So I'm gonna take a piece of this bread, and we're gonna put some of this pesto on the top of it. So just take some pesto and just slide it right around. Just like that. We'll get a little bit more on there. All right, there we go. We're gonna take a piece of mozzarella cheese. Right on top. Tomato. Let's get a couple of slices off of here. Right on top. And then we're going to take some more pesto, go on top just a little bit, followed by some of the reserve that we saved here from the spinach, just to let your guest know what that is. So I'm going to just put it just like that so you get to see that beautiful tomato. Then we're going to park them back on the tray like that. So we're gonna get these made up, pull those raviolis, and we'll meet you to eat. Don't go anywhere. All right, and here we are on the chopping block of season 7. Stuffed chicken and red sauce with ravioli and a beautiful crostini bread with pesto. Let's show you what we got. Take a look at this gorgeous spread. This is the last stretch. We made a little room for it and relaxed right after that big sandwich. And this is the way you want to do it. We got this gorgeous crostini bread and those beautiful wraps. All right, let's get them off to the side. We're gonna bring in a bowl and we're gonna bowl up. We'll get a little of these raviolis onto the plate. These are cheese ravioli. Now that's looking perfect. We're gonna get some meat and lay that right in the middle there with some sauce. So we get our meat out. And we're gonna go right in the middle of this. And then I'm gonna get some beautiful sauce and just go right over top of the ravioli. You get a little bit more. Some of those tomatoes down in there. There it is. Cannot go wrong with this. All right, let's get into it. Let's try this chicken. Look at that. You can see everything inside of it. And then I'll get some ravioli to go in here too. Some of that tomato. This is the type of meal that just leaves you in silence. Phenomenal. The chicken is beautiful. The flavors in there are so unique. Just a little hint of that smokiness in the bacon. The raviolis are cooked spot on. The sauce tastes out of this world. It tastes so fresh and light. Amazing meal. All right, let's try that bread. You know, you would think after having a huge sandwich like that and this right after that you'd be full. This meal eats extremely light. The bread is extremely airy and crunchy. The pesto, outstanding, very fresh. That mozzarella in there just gives that nice hint of cheesiness. Well done. Excellent meal. All right, we're gonna get organized and we're gonna meet you guys right back here, so stick around, don't go anywhere. All right, there it is. 2 beautiful courses. 1 outrageous appetizer, offering you a gorgeous flank steak. And we threw down with a stuffed chicken. We gave you some gorgeous crusted bread on the side. Homemade pesto. And that chicken right over top of gorgeous ravioli with a homemade sauce. This meal is a must-have. Like always, we enjoyed having you. We thank you for coming. And with no further ado, got to get that last Pitmaster bite there.